He's a bozo just like I was. And I ain't even going to front. I'm really the bozo because not only did I let her go, when she got back, I took her back. And not only did I take her back, I didn't have a car. I rented a car to pick up from the airport. Not only did I pick up from the airport, she fucking had an attitude with me the whole time on the way back to the crib. I'm like, yo, you can't make this shit up. How the fuck you have the nerve to have an attitude? I'm the one that should be tight right now, and you got an attitude. That shit is crazy. But I already know, though, she was training me. Now, I know now, but at the time, I didn't know. She was just training me. That whole time, she was probably acting. She already knew. She was older than me, so she probably already knew what she was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm going to skip this part, but right after that, though, that's when the Bessie from jail, that's when he got into the picture. But that shit lasted a few months, you know what I'm saying? So I already told y'all that story. But in between that shit was going on, she had niggas lingering around. You know how when you fucking with a bitch and she claims she cut off all her niggas right before you fuck with her. That's why I learned to stop doing that apply pressure shit, because these niggas always gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? The nigga that apply the most pressure, it just end up being the bozo that be the boyfriend. That's all it is. The nigga that end up being second and third place, they become the side niggas, and those are niggas that really be winning in that situation. That's the best time to come second and third. You never really want to become first in the girl when it comes to a girl, because you're going to be the boyfriend, you're going to be getting cheated on and all that bullshit. You might as well be the second and third nigga. It's less stress unless you make it stressful. But boom. So, alright, so there was a nigga, alright, she had me doing mad walking. This ain't even an actual story. There was just little bullshit she was doing. Like, this is like the ending of the fuck I just told you, ending of the whole Miami shit. So I'm just telling y'all, this would lead up to a whole bunch of other bullshit. But it was little simple shit like, basically, on her page. You know how every girl got niggas on their pages acting all wild, extra thirsty and all that extra bullshit, whatever. That's normal. You know what I'm saying? But certain comments, you already know when a nigga fucking with her. Is a certain way he commented, and she might only comment on his shit, whatever the case is. So there was one particular comment. I see the emojis, I see, oh, you look mad good, oh, baby, sexy, all this extra shit, cool, whatever. But it was one particular comment, the nigga was like, splash. He put splash and put the red emojis. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I'm like, I text her, either text her or call her. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that about? She just pushed it down, like brushed it down, like, oh, nah, I don't know what he mean by that. That don't, excuse me, that don't mean nothing. Whatever. I'm like, that don't mean nothing. I'm like, yo, I'm not stupid. A nigga not gonna put splash for no reason, especially if the nigga know you got a boyfriend. He not gonna just put that. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. She downplayed it. So if you want to downplay this shit, I shouldn't have did this, whatever the case is, but she went downplay it, cool. I comment under, I'm like, boy, what the fuck you talking about? And he's like, oh, relax. The thing is, she was older than me, so a lot of niggas that she was fucking was older niggas, you know what I'm saying? So they peeped out I was young, and the first thing they do is, oh, all right, little guy, relax, little guy. Like, they were saying mad stupid shit like that. That shit was getting me tight. I ain't gonna front. At the time, that shit was really getting to me. Like, what fucking little guy? You know what I'm saying? That shit really gave it to me. So he put that shit. So long story short, we end up in the DMs going back and forth. And he ended up telling me what that shit really mean. Like, oh, Splash is a little joke we got, whatever. Basically, he's saying Splash. You already know what I'm trying to say. So I end up going down her page. And I noticed even time before we started fucking with each other, and a little bit before that, and sometime way before that, he commented a few times, like at least 3 times, like Splash, and she'll comment back. So the fact that you commenting back, you know what the fuck he meant. You know what I'm saying? So she ended up admitting this shit. So now I'm like, yo, you gotta cut this nigga off. She's like, oh, you can't tell me who to talk to, whatever the case. I'm like, yo, this nigga's violating. He being disrespectful. Obviously, you said you checked the nigga, but you didn't really check the nigga because he still feel comfortable, like he could talk to me and talk to you how you want to talk to. That shit don't make no sense. So I was dealing with that shit back and forth, and she had another nigga. Oh, it's just one last thing. She had another nigga. He was like a Facebook comedian nigga, whatever the case is, right? And I noticed when I was fucking with her, I've been seeing him on her page, all over her page, whatever. But they used to, long story short, they used to fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? They used to fuck with each other. My thing is, girls always talking about, oh, we need a nigga to apply pressure, this, that, and the third. But it don't even make sense because y'all let a nigga apply pressure. Y'all let the nigga become your boyfriend, whatever the case is. And then when he become your man, you still fucking with the other niggas. Just like I said a few seconds ago. So it's like, it don't even make no sense. So she's still talking to the nigga, flirting with the nigga, wild crazy on the post. So you already know what the nigga's flirting with a bitch. So he's flirting with wild. I'm like, yo, he's flirting with you. Like, stop talking to this nigga. So she's like, he's not flirting. He's a friend. Da da da. Mind you, she moved to Atlanta. He moved to Atlanta too. So it's almost like they following each other type shit. So that's that. Whatever the case is. So how'd I go? Oh, he ended up just putting mad crazy shit on her post. On her post. And I'm like, yo, you need to say something to him before I say something. I'm like, stop having this nigga comment all crazy shit on your post. So when I said that shit now, normally she's the type of girl that argue with me about everything. As soon as I tell her something, whatever the case, I could be like, yo, make a left. She was like, I don't want to make a left. Why do I have to make a left? The GPS says make a left, but all right, do what you want. She's that type of argumentative type of chick. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed when I said that, like, yo, I don't want to see that nigga no more. Stop commenting and shit. I already knew it was going to be a back and forth. She was like, all right, babe. I'm like, at the time, like, oh, shit. We getting a little better at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm getting a little better at this. Like, all right, she's starting to, I guess that my Miami trip helped. I'm still being a bozo, mind you. I'm like, that Miami trip must have helped. You know what I'm saying? But she posts a lot. He used to comment on all her shit. I never seen him comment under anything after that. I'm like, all right, that shit kind of sus now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to think too hard, but that shit kind of sus now. So I check to see if they still got each other as friends. You know what I'm saying? They still friends, all right. But I'm like, let me go on his page. But I'm like, nah, let me not do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not manly. That's not real nigga shit. Go on another nigga page, see if your girl's on it. That's corny. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, it's equivalent to calling a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me not do that. So like a day go by, he's still not, a couple of days actually go by, but another extra day go by, he's still not commenting on that shit. Mind you, she's posting a lot. And I'm like, he must be in her inbox, obviously. But I'm like, nah, he likes commenting on her posts. I'm like, something's weird. I'm like, whatever. Somebody I had mutual friends with son, whatever. She reposted a post that he posted, whatever. And the post was funny. And I'm like, yo, my bitch like posts like that. You know what I'm saying? I know she commented on it, but I'm like, let me not, fuck it. So I accidentally slipped on his page, whatever. So when I got on his page, I went in the comments. Guess who's the first one under the fucking post? My bitch. She's the first fucking groupie under the post. Like, yo, go sit the fuck down. Just laughing. This shit wasn't, the post was funny, but the way she was laughing, it was like, damn, you might as well just put his dick in your mouth. Like, relax. Like, what the fuck? Other girls not even laughing that hard. And mind you, I knew he was fuck her because he was skipping everybody else posting, only comment to her and like maybe like one or two other girls. And he had mad comments, only comment to my bitch and then some other two girls, whatever. And I'm just like, yo, this shit crazy. And mind you, the other two girls, they all kind of know each other. Yo, word two, y'all probably, some of y'all watching this know who I'm talking about. It's like a group of Facebook bitches. Like, it's a group of Facebook girls. Like, they all have like one little group, right? They all kind of look alike. They all do the same shit. They all pretty, though. They all bad. They all pretty, whatever the case is. And my ex is one of them. But fellas, if you fuck with any of these girls, low key, they all act like best friends on Facebook and Instagram. Really on Facebook. Instagram, they act weird with each other too. But they really all Facebook friends and shit. But they low key don't. They even party with each other sometimes, hang out every now and then, go do the brunch shit and all that. But fellas, that when you fuck with them, they tell you that they don't really like each other. That shit is mad weird, but. And again, we fuck with them, and some of them is not really in relationships, so it'll be like situationships, whatever. So they all be forcing each other to be single. I didn't even mean to drag this story so damn long. This is like fucking a long. I had to break this. I gotta break this shit up. But I just want to add that shit in there because they was part of the reason we broke up too, because they be fucking encouraging this shit. But he knows all of them too. He probably fucked like half of them. He be talking all of them crazy. They all be a key and everything, including my bitch. She be all laughing at everything he say. But anyway, ended up on his post. She's under there. Going a couple of keep scrolling, she's under damn near every post. I'm like, damn, like what the fuck? So I go press her about it. So the first thing she go is hit me with the insecure shit, blah blah, this, that, and the third. So we end up arguing about that shit, whatever the case. It's to the point me and son end up going back and forth, and I ain't even going front. Son hit me with his smooth. He just like, yo, bro. We end up going back and forth, but towards the end of it, he's like, yo, son, I'm not even going back and forth with you, my nigga. You way younger than me. One, second of all. It's not even cool for you to be going back and forth about your bitch to another nigga. You know what I'm saying? You hit me up about your bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, your loyalty's not with me. And at the time I was tight, but he was right. He didn't say nothing wrong. And to this day, I wish I could take back everything I said to the nigga because he was right. He was right. At the time, I was in my feelings, being emotional. He don't owe no loyalty to me. If it was the other way around, it could have been the same way. I probably would have did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I probably done this same thing to plenty niggas before, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. So it's like, I feel him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So now, I'm not even mad at the nigga. Now I just feel like, oh, that he... he did some real nigga shit. He kind of put me on at that very moment. You know what I'm saying? He schooled me a little bit. Like, nigga, don't go hard for these type of bitches. You know what I'm saying? And just to end it off, they used to talk, and he kind of said it in a way like my nigga, it's the reason why I didn't make her my girlfriend. You was the dumb nigga that didn't really know her like that. You met her, she gave you an image, you cuffed her.